100. It's basically 100 pulses with your arms, which goes by very quickly. Let's lie down on your back, stretch the legs away from you, and then reach with your feet farther out. So feel like I'm pulling the legs away from you so you can shimmy the legs away. Reach with your arms above the head and give yourself a big stretch. Now squeeze your heels together, point with your toes, and lift your arms just towards the ceiling. Keep the back of the shoulders heavy on the mat. Imagine that you have lemon underneath your chin, and then as you pressing your hands down, squeeze the lemon underneath your chin. Take deep exhalation, look down towards your feet, and then try not to arch or lift or press the lower back. Feel like it's not invited to the exercise, and your core stays very engaged. And then slowly lower yourself down towards the mat. So we have 7 bones in the neck. Feel like you not just lifting the head, but you roll through all those 7 bones. And then we add in a couple bones from your upper back. On the exhalation, let's do it one more time. Press the hands down, you curl up, look down towards your belly, lift your right foot. Keep it as high as your eyes. If you need to bend your right knee, pull it all the way in, bow the thigh. See if you can make one more wrinkle on your t-shirt, and then pump your arms. We'll inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, and 4 more times. And inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 3 more times. And inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 2 more times. And inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, last 2, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, the last one, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3. Hold it here. Lower your right foot down. Squeeze your abs. Lift the left foot as high as your eyes, and then pump. We'll inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, last 4, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, last 3, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 2 more, and inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, the last one, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, and release. Lower the foot down, reach with your arms above the head. So we do want to get strong and progress to have both legs off the floor as well. Grab your right wrist, stretch up and over to the left. Grab the left wrist, stretch up and over to the right, and then release. Great job. We are going to do front and back kicks with the towel underneath your waist. So let's grab that hand towel, place it on the mat, and then fold it lengthwise. Fold it once in half, then another time, and then from here, just fold it in half so it's a little bit higher up, a little bit thicker. When you bring your hands on your hips, grab your bony parts of your pelvis and see where your pelvis finishes. So just on top of that bone where the pelvis is finishing, that's where your towel will go to support your waist a little bit higher. So let's lie down on your mat. Ideally, keep your bum aligned with the back end of the mat, and then straighten your lower arm away from you and place that towel just on top, just a little bit above that bony part of your pelvis. Relax your head and bring your feet all the way forward. Now, make sure that your top leg is as long as the lower leg. If the legs are uneven, that means that your pelvis is uneven. So you want to keep that top leg nice and long as the lower leg. And the towel will help us to keep that pelvis nice and still. Your top hand will come just in front of your chest. Lengthen your spine and just raise your top leg as high as your hip. Curl your toes towards your shin, and then reach with your heel all the way forward, a little bit more, and then point with your toes all the way to the back. And a little bit more, opening the front of your hip, and then swing your leg to the front and a little bit more forward, and then to the back and a little bit further out. So it's not a pulsation. You go forward, you go a little bit further, and you go back and a little bit further. Let's go for 7 more, and then you reach to the back. Your lower leg is pressing towards the mat, making sure that it helps you to stays nice and still on the mat, and reach back. Heel is reaching forward, toes to the back. Let's go for 4 more. And then lengthen. Last 3 to the front and then back. Last 2 and back. And just 1 more to the front. Keep the foot as high as your hip. all the way to the back. Keep reaching with that foot a little bit further out. Imagine that you have a paintbrush on your toes and you want to draw small circles with your foot. Up and around. And keep reaching behind you. So you're looking for that hip stretch. And let's go for 5 more. Last 4, last 3, and 2. 1 more, and then reverse them. Go for 10, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep reaching with that foot away. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Great. Let's switch sides. Lie down on the other side of the body. Place that towel just above that bony part of your pelvis. Lower arm is stretched out. And then keep your bum aligned with the back end of the mat. Your shoulders are aligned with the back end of the mat, but your feet are all the way to the front end of that mat. Your legs are stacked and your top foot is as long as the lower leg. Bring your hand in front of you. Lift that top leg as high as your hip. Curl your toes towards your shin and you kick forward. And then to the back. For 9 more, you go forward a little bit more and then to the back. Last 8. Heel and then toes. Try to keep your foot as high as your hip. And then 6 more. And then reach back. 5 more. Feel like you're doing evolutions of the movement and you could reach a little bit farther with each repetition. So we are trying to create a little bit more space in your body. Last 2 only. And then to the back. 1 more, and then reach with your toes all the way to the back a little bit farther. Have a sensation that I'm pulling that leg away from you. Reach with your toes and draw small circles behind you all the way to the back. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could you go farther out behind you? And then reverse them the other way around. Go for 10, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Great job. Tricep push-ups. Stay with your hands just underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers and point with your middle fingers all the way forward. Then walk 1 foot to the back. Tuck your toes underneath and feel like you're giving yourself a nice stretch. Reach with the heel away from you and then lift yourself in a plank position. Now from here we're going to do those tricep push-ups. If this is too much, you can always lower your knees down and you can stay with your knees on the floor. We have only 5 of them and then we'll take a break. Lower yourself down towards the mat, bend your elbows close to your ribs and then push the floor away from you. And then lower yourself down and then push the floor away from you. Last 3 of those. Lower and push the floor away. Last 2. Squeeze your abs to push the floor away. 1 more. Push the floor away from you and then take a small break. Every time you're lifting your body off the mat, you really want to push it from your core and lift from the core as well, as much as you're doing it with the triceps. Take a small break, maybe roll your wrists a little bit, interlock your fingers, and let's do it 1 more time. Just 5 of those. So if you feel like that was enough, stay with your knees down on the mat, and you can do those push-ups with your knees all the way down. We only have 5 of those. Inhale, and then push the floor away. Last 3. Last 2, feel like you're pushing the floor away from you. 1 more, push the floor away, and then slowly release. Good job.